Cases of the Delta variant are spiking across the country, while vaccination rates are far from where they once were, and they've only recently seen an uptick. Now, some employers are taking things into their own hands, telling workers to either get vaccinated or get out. Leon County in northern Florida announcing this week that all county employees must be vaccinated and be able to show proof by October 1st. Joining us now to talk about that decision is Leon County Administrator Vince Long. Vince, thanks so much for spending part of your weekend with us. We appreciate your time. Walk us through the factors that led to this decision. Why is it necessary to take this step?
Well, as you know, as vaccination rates have stagnated and declined, new infections due to the Delta variant have steeply increased. And so as a frontline government agency, our foremost responsibility is to ensure our readiness as an organization to respond to the needs of our community. It's hurricane season on top of that here in Florida, and we have been the epicenter for this trend of decreasing vaccinations and increasing new infections due to the Delta variant. So yes, we required as a condition of employment for employees to become fully vaccinated, again, to ensure our readiness and our responsiveness. We didn't necessarily think we'd be here just a short time ago, but it really is only the only responsible thing to do to ensure our readiness. I've said before that the days of free donuts to incentivize vaccinations are unfortunately behind us now.
Yeah, the free donuts didn't seem to quite work out. You've said that 50% of Leon County's workforce has been vaccinated. That's right around the national average. I want to show that transmission map of Florida. There's a lot of red on it. I'm wondering if you have heard from anyone that said they are ready to walk, they're ready to quit instead of getting the shot. Have you had conversations like that?
We have not yet, and I fully expect, I have to say, Boris, that Leon County employees have stepped up time and time again over this pandemic, and this may be an unfortunate situation to be in with respect to the condition of employment. However, again, I think it's the only responsible thing to do to ensure our readiness to serve the community. I haven't heard it yet, and I expect our employees to step up as they have so many other times.
I certainly hope they do. Now, aside from your employees, you have been hearing from some folks in your community. They've been sending some really interesting emails since you made this decision. One of them calling you and your colleagues, quote, devil-worshipping death cult members. Vince, how do you persuade someone to protect themselves and their loved ones by getting vaccinated when they approach you with that kind of animosity?
Well, you know, I think it's a little hard to believe after what we've all been through with the COVID virus that some people still have a hard time understanding that the virus will dictate the terms and how we live and how we work. And so we don't have to like it, and we don't have to agree with it, but it's only our collective action ultimately that is going to have an impact on the virus. So yes, if you don't believe in science and if you're not persuaded by health data, then really you're only bounded by your the expansiveness of your imagination. And so yes, we've heard some of that here.
That's a very diplomatic way to put it. So Florida Governor Ron DeSantis issued an executive order in May that restricted emergency COVID orders at the local level. It's not an all-out ban, but his office announced that lawyers are going to be reviewing your county's vaccine mandate to figure out if it violates any privacy laws. I want you to listen to a quick soundbite from DeSantis just a few days ago.
Did you not get the CDC's memo? I don't see you guys complying. I think it's very important that we say unequivocally no to lockdowns, no to school closures, no to restrictions, and no mandates.
It's notable, we should mention and juxtapose the fact that the governor is at a fundraiser in Utah while we saw all the red rising COVID cases in Florida. What's your response to Governor DeSantis?
Well, at the local level, we really do not have the luxury of thinking through the politics on these decisions. We appreciate the position that the governor's in, and frankly, I agree with the governor's urgency in getting businesses to stay open and to get kids back to school safely. But you have to pay attention to the brutal facts of this virus. And in the dangerous game of the virus versus politics, the virus always wins, and the virus has the last word. And so I would just ask that the governor not impose additional impediments for counties and cities in Florida that limit our ability to mitigate the spread of the virus locally, so that we're not left dealing with and picking up the pieces of the worst case scenarios.
You have to pay attention to the brutal facts of this virus. Wise words. Vince, thank you so much for the time. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Good morning.